Then it says, so I bought her for myself for 15 shekels of silver. So I bought her for myself for 15 shekels of silver, and one half homers of barley. Both silver and barley are representations of the many. As I have explained in many other studies, there are two groups that will enter the kingdom through different gates, pretty much. One gate is narrow, the other one is the opposite, so many will go through it. So there are few and many who will enter the kingdom, yet in different ways. Few who will not have to experience death, and many who will have to go through death in order to be able to enter the kingdom after resurrection. Here is talking about those who are the many who do not love the true doctrine, so they are not eating the bread of life. Instead, they are eating raisin cakes, which is the doctrine of the whore of Babylon, in whatever false doctrine they may be. So, because Christians came from Catholics, so there's a lot of connection in the doctrine. And even though Christians tried to get away from Catholicism because of all the falsehood within it, they didn't go away enough, and that's why they are turning back to it, and that's why they never lost all the falsehood, just part of it, and then added some other during the years in which the church has existed. So here it's talking about the many. Just like gold represents the few, silver represents the many. Just like wheat represents the few, barley represents the many. That's why it's talking about a woman who loves another one, and that's it, and who eats another doctrine. So those people who claim to believe in Yahweh, who claim to be married to the Almighty, yet they do not read scriptures. Instead, they just listen to the false doctrine given by their priests who claim to be talking from scriptures, and they believe, so they continue, and they worship or love a different name, therefore different entity. So they claim that they love the Almighty, but they think that the Almighty is a different entity. So I bought her for myself for 15 shekels of silver, and one half homers of barley. 15 is the numerical value of the name Yah. Well, the first half of Yahweh, Yah, is Yud Hey, numerical value 15. So he bought her for himself, and he represents Yah. So that's why the number, among other things, of course, 15 shekels of silver. Also, remember that Yahushua was sold for 30 pieces, and obviously 15 is half of it, as showing this being part or half of the congregation, half of the people who will enter, the many, the other part, the few. So that's why Yahweh would appear twice, also another reason. So I bought her for myself for 15 shekels of silver, and one half homers of barley. Yahweh, as well as the last, Yahweh appears on earth to become one with his people, or to make his people become one with him through his Messiah. And one half homers of barley. So one and a half homers of barley. And I said to her, you shall stay with me many days. You shall not play the harlot, nor shall you have a man. So too will I be toward you. The idea of Yahweh with his people is for his people to be with him forever, many days. And for his people not to play the harlot, which they did by going after the idols. Nor shall you have a man, for her man would be Hosea, just as Israel's husband would be Yahweh, as he himself said it, that in those days the people would call him Ishi, not Baali, meaning the people would call him my husband, not my Lord, because Yahweh does not want us to call him Lord, for that is a name of Satan according to scriptures. Baal, Lord in English. So, and I said to her, you shall stay with me many days, you shall not play the harlot, nor shall you have a man. So too will I be toward you. So Yahweh is telling his people, I will do the same. I won't get another people. I won't go after other nations. I will just protect you, love you, and be faithful to you. And like I said, his nation, his true nation, are those who are connected to Yahushua, those who believe in Mashiach, in what he did, and obviously act according to what he said.